In this video, I'm going to talk about the tower moment. Many of you guys have been seeing that word floating around from psychics, from there's these people called the what do they call them? The tarot readers, and all other people in the spiritual community. Basically, tower moment, what they are trying to say is when everything falls apart. So, in most of the times, the demonstrations you will see when they're discussing tower moments, it will be the collapse of a building. They may illustrate it as a building that is falling apart. In everybody's life, in everybody's journey, there always comes a moment where you go through a tower moment. In my experience, that has been the most devastating moments of my life. I did not see that coming. I wasn't prepared for it. But now that I know what it is, next time it happens, I know what to do. So this video is for the ones at the back, okay? The ones who, your world is falling apart. Oh, you know, what do I do? This and this, you're trying to... So, like I said, it is a very scary place to be, okay? Because you have this world that is familiar to you. You have this family, you have this home you have built with somebody, or maybe you built or bought. You have the family you've created. You have this job that you have always done for so many years. And it can be many scenarios, many settings, you know. But the thing is, with the tower moment, what is going to happen is where you're going to experience the ending of something. So a tower moment is the ending of something. And let us all agree, ladies and gentlemen, anything that is coming to an end is very horrible. It's a very horrible experience, and it's a very place to be. Now, why does the tower fall in the first place? Why do you come to an end of something? Okay? The tower falls because there is something else that is meant to be built. And you have most likely been following the wrong path, or let's say going in a different direction. And the universe comes in to shake things up a little bit so that the universe can put you on the right track. So when I say universe, some people say, oh, you know, I don't know, you don't talk about Jesus and this and this. Okay? So anyway, the universe, for you, it might be Jesus. Other people, it might be Allah. Other people will say Allah did this or Jesus did that. Everybody has got a different belief. I do not enforce my belief on anyone. I just do it the authentic way. The ones that want to follow, they will follow up. The universe comes in to shake things up because the universe wants to put you on track so you can go back to do or to align with the correct direction or the right path. In everybody's life, the tower is inevitable. So my biggest one, upon others, I've had some other tower moments in life. So the biggest one was the ending of the narcissistic relationship. I'm looking back now and I'm saying, what would I have done if that tower didn't fall? Where would I be 5 years later? We're talking about 5 years. Now, where would I be? How would I even look like, for starters? So I'm now understanding that this was divine intervention. You see, a tower falls by design. It is divine intervention. You need to be put back on track. And in anything that happens when it's a tower moment, it will be painful. When something falls, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have got something else in place. You could be still figuring things out a little bit, working here and there, doing a little bit of things, and out of the blue, the whole thing just falls and collapses to the ground. It can also happen when you could have like committed like a couple of years of your life in a certain corporation or company. You have worked with them. You guys did a very good job together. That was family. It is all you knew. And then something triggered a tower moment to happen. Out of the blue, you don't know where it came from. And there it is. Your boss came back and they told you, we no longer need your services. Thank you for the time you've been here. And they send you off. Okay? So you're looking around and you're seeing that is the only job you knew. It is the only job you knew. It was your family. You have spent all these years in that place, and now all of a sudden it has come to the end. In most case scenarios, I always want to encourage people to try to create something on the side, because sometimes you're going to be relying on the job, which is okay. It will pay the bills, and you can always have this assurance that you're going to get paid at the end of the month. But the job will end. You just never know what is going to happen. The job could end. You're still renting somewhere. You need money for the bills. So sometimes it's good. Anyway, I'm going to do a whole video on that particular scenario, the jobs. What I think about chosen ones with jobs. So the job ends, and you're like, what do I do? Where do I go? How do I start? Maybe you don't have any savings. The company has shut down, for example. They have run bankrupt. It can be anything. I've seen people going through tower moments. But let me tell you something about the beauty of a tower moment. What you don't see behind the scenes, there is something beautiful being created for you. Let us do this one more time. What you do not see behind the scenes is the beauty of what the universe is creating for you. You just haven't yet figured it out yet. You see, my tower moment happened, like I've told you, it was a breakdown of a relationship. It was very painful. I don't know if I've ever experienced anything in my life that was as horrible as having to go through that breakdown. I was trying to hold on, to cling on. Maybe let me wait a little bit. Let me push it a little bit further. It wasn't working. The more I tried to push it, the more painful it became. And the time came where I didn't know what else to do. And the universe was like, no, Denzo. We are leaving this relationship. Earth, sun, or rain. Because you see, sometimes I've told you these things are divine intervention. Sometimes you may never see what is happening behind the scenes. You might have an eviction, for example. You could be evicted from the house. Like for me, for example, I was evicted from a house. But because I was an awakened person, I did not question what was going on. If I wasn't awakened back in the days, I would be like, oh, what is this happening? Why is that happening? It was for my intervention. It was for my protection. Because there was a psychopath behind the scenes who was working with a couple of covens that wanted to attack me in that particular place. So the universe intervened and removed me. Immediately, they didn't see this coming. When something comes to the end, my chosen ones, you have got to overstand. The best you can ever do for yourself is not to fight with it. Don't try to push it too much. The woman is telling you that I don't like you, I don't need you. I have somebody better than you, and you're pulling the strings. You're trying to, we can work this out. We can do this. We can sort this thing. It won't work. You're pulling too hard. You're forcing these things. You're trying to stay in the place where you're not appreciated. It's a job. They barely even pay you sometimes. It's like even for you to work there, they're doing you a favor. and you feel like everything is coming to the end. There's a breaking point. A tower moment is a breaking point. Things are coming to the end. You don't know what else can you do. Now here's what you're going to do. Now that you know what the tower moment is, this is what you're going to do. You are going to let the tower fall. Let us say this one more time. The chosen ones. It is not what you want to hear. I know. You are going to let that tower fall. You are going to let it fall, and you are going to go through. There's a process. What happens after the tower falls? So normally it can be depression. It can be a lot of anxiety. It can be sometimes homelessness. It can be different scenarios. That period, you cannot have a time frame for it that is going to be 1 month or it's going to be 1 week. No, you don't know. But that period is going to come, and you're going to experience depression. Your moods are all over the place. You don't know what to do. You have lost what was familiar to you. Let it fall. So when my marriage ended, for whatever relationship, that was my tower moment. I was like, okay, universe, show me what to do. I've tried this marriage, it didn't work. So what else? What can I do? Show me. Show me a sign. Give me a sign. I will follow the sign. Where you give me, I will follow the sign. So I started relying on my intuition to guide me through the next steps. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now looking back, and I'm seeing the reason as to why that tower had to fall. You have got to understand, my chosen ones. The ego wants you when you're comfortable. The ego wants you comfortable. Sit down there. You know, at least here we have food to eat. We have, there's food to eat. You know, there's a bed here. At least, it's a bad relationship, but at least there's a partner in the house. That's ego. That is very dangerous. Ego is very dangerous, my chosen ones. Ego. Ego is deadly. The ego is going to take you on a trip. And you're going to be thinking that we can work with this. No, you cannot work with this. The world is too huge, too humongous. You are clinging on to a relationship. It's burning you, but you're clinging on to that relationship. It's a parent. Very toxic. But you're clinging on to that parent. It's a job. The job is suffocating you. How many people do you know in this universe that are being suffocated at their workplace? How many do you know? How many have you seen? Somebody asked me why I like looking around. I like scanning my environment, When I'm working, I always want to scan the environment, see what's going on. Normally at home, I can be a little bit more focused, but outside, I like to scan the environment. But anyway, the job, how many people do you know that is being suffocated at their workplace? And some of them are even getting good money. The money is okay, good money. They have enough money to buy, to pay the mortgage. They have enough money to pay their rent or whatever. They have money to go holidays. The job is paying well, but they are suffocating. You see, that's the thing with these jobs. I'm going to do a whole video on these jobs. What I think and what has my experience been, because you never know what you're going through. It could be something that could help you. But the job is all you know. That is what they want. There's nothing else I know. What can I do? And some people, you find them asking themselves questions as to what can you do? Where are they going to go? These kind of things. Is why even sometimes your bosses, they start treating you miserably, because they can see you're desperate. You have nowhere to go. They trap you. A lot of these bosses are narcissistic. They trap you in a job, so they'll give you some change. Not enough for you to to go ahead and win, enough for you to keep on coming back. You know, so these are like breadcrumbs. So there's a whole loaf of bread somewhere. We're going to do a whole video on jobs. Every time you come, you come for a slice and some butter. So you're going to have that slice, and then you're still hungry. It wasn't enough. Maybe tomorrow, when are they opening? I want to go back for the next slice. That's how it works. It's all a matrix, my chosen ones. It's how the matrix keeps you in loops. You see my videos when I have it. So that's what I told you about creation. So sometimes when I do create a video, I create another video within the video. Okay, so now I have something else to talk about the next time. So you have just enough to pay your bills and to buy some food and have a beer on the weekend, but it's not something else to move you or to put you into the next level. It is just enough to keep you there. A little bit of let's just chill here a little bit and things are okay. That kind of stuff. So my chosen ones, let the tower fall. Let it go. Yes, you don't want to hear this. You shouldn't even hear this from me. Let it go. Let it go. Because you see, when the tower is falling, what really happens is it's like, let's give an example of this tall skyscraper building. You guys saw this 9/11 things, whatever, on TV. So the thing falls from the top, one brick after the other one. You're trying to catch the other brick, you repair it, another one falls. You try to catch this one, another one falls. So you go into panic mode because every little brick that you're trying to pick up or grab, it just continues to fall apart. And now you don't know what else to do. Are you following? So what now happens, because the universe has already, so this is like the universe has already programmed that this whole thing is going to collapse. So you, because you're not familiar, the ego is not familiar to these changes. When a brick falls, oh, let me pick this up. When the brick falls, let me pick this up. You're running after this, and then you're running after that. You don't know what to do. Let it fall. You have got to let it fall. That is how it works. A time is going to come where you're going to realize this whole thing had to fall. There was nothing you could do, my chosen ones. It's how this whole thing works, You don't hang on and you don't cling on to things that is falling apart. A lot of you guys are with parents. Oh, but it's my mother. Oh, what about the father? So what am I going to do now? And this and this. That's all you know. Some of you have got even very rich parents. The parents have bought you houses. Some of them have, bought you cars. They take you all over the world. They do this and they do that. Now you don't know what to do. That is exactly what I'm talking about. People normally try to cling on to you for your energy, but you're paying double the price. So when the tower falls, it is going to be a matter of time. Like I've given you an example of a tall building. So the building breaks down all the way to the ground, and then the guys are going to come, the engineers and everything, and then they are going to start constructing the building all the way back, a new one, a fresh one, brand new one. So when your life is falling apart, this tower moment, when it happens, when your life is falling apart, there's a new life that is going to be built, but that whole thing has got to crash all the way down. So there's a new one that is going to be built, and you have got to make yourself walk through the discomfort, because for something to be built and get into comfort, you have got to build and walk through the discomfort first of all. This is how this whole thing works. So the tower moment has to fall, but I can promise you, behind the scenes, you don't have to know it. You don't have to figure it out. There's something else that is being built somewhere else that you don't see. That is what I mean by the tower moment. So let us know what you think. You guys know I do love and appreciate the support. Please book a session. You may donate or support my channel. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, catch you guys in my next one. Desmos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.